4 months ago, I made a video talking about how Claude changed my ADHD. Since then, it's become one of the most watched videos on my channel, but I kept getting people asking me what the exact setup was. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact setup I created with Claude, which I use every single day to help me manage my ADHD, process my emotions, and even create content for this channel. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build your own setup. Now, in case you're sitting there wondering, who is this guy and why should I listen to him? Which is fair enough. Let me give you a bit more background about my YouTube journey. So I've been making YouTube videos for over 9 years now. I started with a faceless gaming channel, I turned it into a Pokemon card channel, and I've made multiple faceless AI channels. Every single one of them failed. I'd go all in for a few months, burn out, quit, and then start something new. It's a classic ADHD cycle. Hyperfocus, crash, repeat. Last year, I was diagnosed with ADHD and it changed everything for me. I finally started to understand why I kept failing at things. My brain literally couldn't produce enough dopamine to stay motivated when I didn't see immediate results. So I stopped relying on motivation and I built systems instead. And Claude became the foundation of everything. And if you're a content creator who also struggles with consistency, I've put together a completely free toolkit. It's got AI prompts that help you with everything from coming up with video ideas to filming and editing, all without burning out. Completely free, links down below. All right, so here's the thing that most people get wrong about AI, especially if you have ADHD. Most people open up ChatGPT or Claude, type in a question without giving the AI any details. They get a generic answer and they sit there thinking, this doesn't really help me. And they're right, because a generic AI response is like handing someone with ADHD a blank notebook and saying, just journal, just do it.
Do it now.
But the blank page makes it impossible to get started. Think of it like this, right? Imagine going to a new doctor and before you've even sat down, before they know your name, your medical history, literally anything about you, they just hand you a prescription. You'd think they were insane, right? That's basically what using AI without context is. You're asking for help from something that knows nothing about you. The problem isn't AI. The problem is that most people don't know how to use it like a thinking partner instead of a search engine. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. This is a part that changed everything for me. In Claude, you can create custom projects. So think of them as dedicated spaces for a specific task, kind of like a custom GPT, but for Claude. I've set up a specific project in Claude called my personal progress partner, which I use as my AI powered journal. So basically, I created a new project in Claude. I gave it custom instructions, basically a super detailed prompt that tells Claude who I am, what my daily life looks like, my ADHD struggles, my goals, and how to respond to me. I also uploaded the video transcripts from all of my previous YouTube videos, so Claude understands my content style and my target audience. And because Claude has memory, it learns more about me with every new conversation. After we've had dinner and I've wrestled my son Charlie to sleep, I open up Claude on my phone. Yes, Claude does have an app. I turn my screen brightness down so I don't disrupt my wind down routine with bright phone lights, and I just type everything out. What happened during the day, time spent with my family, how I'm feeling, what's swirling around up here. I give it as much detail as I possibly can. And Claude comes back with this incredibly insightful response. It analyzes everything. It explains why I felt a certain way, connects it to my ADHD patterns, and it gives me encouragement about what I'm doing well. It takes me about 10 minutes and my head feels so much lighter before I go to sleep. It's helped me to be a more patient parent with Charlie, a better partner to Kaylee. I understand why I react to things in a certain way. Claude helps me see things a lot more clearly, and the science backs this up too. Journaling alone can reduce anxiety quite a lot. Using AI to journal adds personalized insights on top of that, which makes it even more effective. And pro tip, you can actually use the voice mode and just talk to Claude instead of typing everything out. It's way faster and it lets you journal more naturally, but I can't do this myself because Charlie's usually asleep by this point, and I do everything in my power to make sure he stays asleep. If you're a parent, you probably understand where I'm coming from. But here's where it gets really interesting, because the journal entries on their own are powerful, but when Claude starts connecting the dots across weeks and months of journal entries, that's when the real magic starts to happen. And I've been doing this for over 5 months now, using Claude to journal, and it's helped me to notice so many patterns I would not have seen on my own. It noticed that I work better on content creation when I give myself deadlines. When I don't give myself a deadline, I actually get less done. It noticed that my stress level levels spike when I skip exercise for more than 2 days, and that my anxiety around money always gets worse during those same weeks. I never would have even thought to connect the two together. It helped me realize that my best video ideas don't come from brainstorming sessions. They actually come from moments of frustration, the times when I'm annoyed or I'm struggling with something. Those become my most relatable video ideas. These are the kind of, oh, wow moments when you realize you have a system that genuinely knows you better than you know yourself. And the thing is, this kind of pattern recognition across hundreds of different journal entries is literally impossible for someone with ADHD working memory. We can't hold that much information up here, but Claude can. Now, here's the part I think separates my system from anything else out there right now. Remember how I mentioned I gave Claude instructions to flag anything from my journal entries that I could use for content? Well, every single evening when I journal, Claude is also quietly building me a content library of real stories, real examples, and real emotions that I can use in my videos. I'm processing my emotions and building a database of authentic content without even trying. So let me give you a specific example here. A few weeks ago, our new neighbors knocked on our door to introduce themselves while we were having dinner. Charlie was being chaotic. I was stressed, and I came downstairs and I opened the door and I was very stressed out. And I felt so bad because I didn't realize it was our new neighbors who had politely come to introduce themselves. And I just thought, wow, I have made such a bad first impression here. I journaled about it, and Claude helped me realize that kind of guilt I was feeling. That's rejection sensitivity dysphoria, or RSD. It's a classic ADHD trait where you experience intense emotional pain from perceived rejection to something you think has happened, even when there's literally no evidence of it happening. Like, our neighbors probably realized we had a kid and we were a bit stressed out, right? And that one journal entry became a perfect real life example that I could use in this video right now. And Claude flagged that automatically when I was journaling. This is why everything I share on this channel is real. It's not made up, it's not generic, it's pulled directly from my own life and from my own experiences. And Claude helps me find the stories that will resonate most with you guys. All right, so that's the journaling side of things, but I also use Claude to help me with content creation. And instead of using one big messy chat for everything, I've actually set up 4 separate projects, each one trained for a specific task. So the first project is my idea ignition. So it basically analyzes the outlier research that I've done with vidIQ, and it takes any insights from my recent journal entries and it comes up with the best video ideas for my channel. It literally takes less than 5 minutes. It gives me the best ideas and I can just pick and choose the ones that I like the most. So there's no more sitting here staring at a blank page wondering what video to make next. My second project is my title tactician. So I give it the video idea and it comes up with the best 5 to 10 video titles based on a 700 titles framework reference that I've uploaded. It takes about 3 minutes and I can just pick the title that I think will work best. Third project is the thumbnail thinker. So this creates 3 thumbnail concepts based on the title and examples of good thumbnails that are going around at the moment. I've trained this one specifically on the unthumbnail method, which is going for more raw, authentic kind of trust building thumbnails. It takes about 5 minutes and it walks me through how to make each thumbnail in Canva step by step. And my fourth and final project is called my script sculptor. So this takes all of the deep research that I use Perplexity to do, and it takes into account all of my recent journal entries, and it creates a script outline that I can actually film from. Notice how I said outline, right? Not a word for word script, an outline. So I can speak more naturally, be myself on camera. It takes me less than 10 minutes and I could just go through and tweak anything that I need to before filming the videos. This has saved me so much time. I used to spend 3 to 4 hours going through every single script, typing everything out word for word, and then reading everything out word for word, which just sounds more robotic. It sounds more rigid. You know, it doesn't really give me a chance to be myself on camera, which is kind of what YouTube is all about, right? So this one's definitely helped a lot. And because each project has memory and custom instructions, Claude already knows my voice, it knows my target audience and my standards every single time I open up a new project. There's no need to re-explain everything, no starting from scratch. It's like walking into work and your team already knows what they need to do. Now, before we wrap up, I want to be really clear about something here, because I think it's probably the most important part of this entire video. I'm not using AI to be more productive here. I'm using it to stop punishing myself for how my brain works. Before I had this system in place, I was just kind of guessing what to make. I was losing my best video ideas before I could actually use them, and I felt like my ADHD just kept getting in the way of making decent videos, right? Now I have a thinking partner They get smarter with every conversation I have. It helps me with pattern recognition that I wouldn't be able to do on my own. I've got a content library built from my personal real life, and I've got more emotional clarity that's helped make me a better dad, a better partner, and hopefully a better content creator for you guys. And guys, don't forget to grab that free AI toolkit I mentioned earlier. It's got 10 really helpful AI prompts for content creators with ADHD, completely free. Links down below. If you want to see the full step-by-step walkthrough of how I use Claude to make YouTube videos like this one, check out this video next.